All the energy of the Metallica concert experience, none of the 40-year-old man sweat that goes onto your armpits and down to your legs.
This is my review of Metallica Through the Never.
Metallica Through the Never is a concert film that switches between an epic orgy of rock and roll by Metallica and an odd story featuring Dane DeHaan of Chronicle fame as a roadie who goes out in the middle of the night to retrieve a truck that's broken down and ends up finding himself in a world where all hell has broken loose. Now, I don't normally go to concert movies because, quite honestly, the bands they're making concert movies of now are just terrible. One Direction, Justin Bieber, God knows what else, just miserable excuses for music. But as soon as I found out they were making a movie out of one of the great metal bands of the 80s, I was all in, and I gotta tell you, this movie's a fun time. This movie has some of the best concert scenes you'll ever see. They're just so well filmed, you get it from all angles, all sides, and the use of the 3D is just really spectacular. You really feel like you're on stage with these guys, watching them interact with the audience, perform their songs with such just energy. It's amazing how these guys are 50 plus years old and they're still rocking out. Just unbelievable energy and exuberance from these guys. Sure, some of the songs kind of meld into each other, but that's just kind of the Metallica sound. But when there's a great song rocking, this movie is absolutely jamming and it's so much fun to watch. It was an interesting choice of a director, Nimrod Antal, who's previously done Armored, which wasn't that great, and Predators, which was actually pretty solid. This guy really has a sense of how to film a concert, and I'm not sure how much he had to do with the setup of the stage and the way everything works, but man, it's really extravagant, the way the stage interacts with the music, the way like video footage is playing at the bottom of the stage, and there's all these different setups they do throughout the show. It's really cool, and if he did direct the actual show itself, then hats off to him, and he needs to be his new forte. But then, you have this little story with Dane DeHaan that's kind of going off to the side. Now, this movie's kind of being sold like it's 50-50 music and Dane DeHaan's story, and that's really not the case. It's about, I'd say, 80-20. It's this kind of odd story that's kind of music video-esque. There's not really a whole lot of dialogue, it's just a lot of action going on with Dane DeHaan running through all these riots and street fights, and it's really bloody and it's kind of awesome. The thing is, if you're going for like some form of a plot that's really coherent, because the trailer may have sold you on that, don't look for that. It really makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's just rock, wet dream, orgy, fantasy at its finest, and if you're into that type of stuff, you're really going to enjoy the Dane DeHaan parts, but if not, you're going to find yourself really wanting to just stick with the band the whole time. But to hell with it, right? It doesn't matter. This is a concert movie at its core, and for a concert movie, it does its job perfectly. The sound is great. The visuals are great. Metallica sounds great. It's really impressive to see these guys still going so strong. And if you're a fan of this band, undoubtedly go check it out. It is a really fun movie experience. The story kind of bogs it down a little bit, but like I said, it's barely on screen. You don't even notice it for the most part. I'd give this movie 3 stars out of 4. I think it's a really fun time if you're kind of tired of seeing some narrative films and just want to have a fun rock and roll experience. Go see Metallica Through the Never. And that's my review of Metallica. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'm Michael Fairbanks. See you later.